Away from that, participants at a capacity building workshop on strengthening community systems for protection from sexual and gender-based violence and HIV and TB said the laxity of law enforcement and punishment serves as a motivator for culprits. According to them, besides the continuous education among others, very little progress would be made in eradicating sexual and gender-based violence since perpetrators are emboldened without the law taking its full course. Precious Semavo has more.
The capacity building of community-level stakeholders on how to handle sexual and gender-based violence and HIV and TB cases was a collaborative effort between the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection and the Christian Health Association of Ghana. The two-day program in Sunyani brought together community and religious leaders from the Bono East and Ahafo regions, with stakeholders including DOFSU sensitized on the signs, preventions and remedies available for victims. Eric Ohini-Jan is the leader of CHAG in the Middle Zone. He explains how sexual and gender violence impacts HIV and TB patients.
If a woman is tested positive and the man is made aware and the man started beating her or starving her or psychologically abusing her because of the HIV, that's where CHAG comes in. The stakeholder meeting is to engage those who matter in the society so that they send a message across that HIV is not a death sentence, TB is not a death sentence, and anybody who is affected or infected, there's a solution to that. So they should embrace them and then make them happy to take their medications.
Bono Regional Director for Gender, Joyce Linadi, says the situation is widespread and embedded in the way of life. She expects more from community leaders.
We've heard of intimate partner abuse. We've also heard of rape, defilement, and so it is prevalent. It is everywhere. But the truth of the matter is that sexual and gender-based violence issues are mostly embedded in our culture. But we have to draw people's attention that these things are against the laws of Ghana. So they must work around to see how they can curb the situation of how we see sexual and gender-based violence issues as normal. The religious leaders are the ones that lead the crowd. So we are expecting that as they've come to get this knowledge on sexual and gender-based violence, they make sure that their congregants are able to hear the message.
Participants at the capacity building say besides education, among others, the enforcement of laws against perpetrators of sexual and gender-based violence needs to be rigid to deter potential culprits.
These are our lawyers too. They should come out. If it is wrong, it is wrong. They shouldn't say evidence, bring this, bring that. If you are caught, life sentence, then we should be rigid on our laws. And if all these things goes on well, I believe a lot of changes will come on our way.
Even how many of such people have been imprisoned? There are a lot of them. They have been arrested and prosecuted, but how many of them go to prison? How many of them are really punished for what they have done or what they do? They are almost always set free. But if you castrate them, I think that will be enough lesson for others to learn.
Precious Semavo, JoyNews, Sunyani.